Okay. I'm Vance Stevens. I'm in, let's see, where am I? I'm in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. I'm speaking to a room containing all these beautiful people. And I haven't really actually started the presentation yet, but I'm recording this, and because if it turns out to be a little dense, you can always go back and find where it took place. So that's actually a nice place to be. Yeah, we don't really need to be sharing this on the screen. So that's Bobby, my beautiful assistant. She's my wife. This is tangled up there. I can come around here and do this. Let me see. You see, I could come over here and present. Microphone is not working properly. Okay. You never know what's going to happen. Check my mic. Okay. Mic looks like it's working properly. Mic looks like it's working properly. Okay. Kind of. Okay.
Doesn't have to have the wire in front of this.
No. Wire what? There's a wire on the mic. Ah, okay. Okay, I'll come over here. It'll be better. Okay. If you want in the picture, you have to be behind me.
Yeah, but we aren't getting it there.
Ah, okay. That's because I'm not sharing. Okay, so I started the recordings. I hope I'm recording. And let's see. Yeah, if I share this screen, this one right there, okay. That's Chrome, share, okay. Now it should come up there, I hope. What's happened to the, there we go, okay. It looks like it's doing something. Yes, okay, we're in business. All right. Okay, I'm ready to begin.
All right, so good morning, everyone. So welcome to our third session for today. So I would like to invite you all to put your mobile phones on silent mode. And let me introduce the topic for today's session. And it is how to teach English through coding using collaborative projects that don't require specialist skills or even a computer.
Okay.
Okay, and it will be presented by Mr. Vance Stevens. So without any further ado, I would like to give the host.
Okay, so what I'm doing is recording this in order to get a recording because I only have 25 minutes, but everything is online. There's these slides that you're looking at now are online. If they'll jump, I can work over here. Here, I'll do that one. Okay. How do I get them to jump? Yes, okay, there we go. This QR code, my wife, my beautiful assistant, is passing the QR code around, so you can probably shoot it there. These screens aren't shooting QR codes. Tom Robb was the first to alert me to that fact, so we've provided an alternative. So Bobby is coming around, so if you can't get that, you can get the QR codes. There's also a tiny URL for this presentation. If you know tinyurl.com, the way this works is you have to remember the rest of the URL. They all begin with tinyurl.com slash something. Mine is Vance 2020 CamTESOL. So if you can remember Vance 2020 CamTESOL, you'll reach the slides here. Now, if you reverse that because you can't remember, was it CamTESOL 2020 Vance? That will lead you to the write-up of this presentation, to some slides. I do a podcast series called LearningTogether.net. So at LearningTogether.net, you'll find this posted as a recording. You can also find the recording on the Twitter feed at twitter.com. If you search on hashtag CamTESOL, or hashtag CamTESOL 2020 is also being used, then you'll find this presentation. Okay, racing on ahead. So you can get these slides and all these links. So the presentation is about teaching computing without having to know anything about computers or using one. And this is a picture of somebody we found in Ghana from a newspaper article. I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Richard Appiah. He's also got a YouTube video, but basically he's teaching Microsoft Word in a resource-poor environment and drawing everything on the board. Actually, he became known about it, and so now he's had computers donated to his school. So this link and all these links are active in the slides. So if you go to the slides later, you can find the links. So why would you want to teach computing in an English class? Any ideas? It's a language. That's true. Some people do make parallels. Some people dispute that, but that's true. If you make a mistake in computer coding, then if you make a mistake in grammar, somebody sort of wonders, what did he really say? Okay, so yeah, all the little parts are important. Well, basically, anybody else? Anybody else have any ideas? Think it's a good idea? Bad idea? Okay, so it promotes problem solving and critical thinking skills. Gives students real world puzzles to figure out, because actually students like to code. You give them simple tasks. I'm going to show you some materials you can find online that will give you templates it'll give you actually worksheets that you can adapt to your classes. It can stimulate discussion and writing tasks, of course. So it's enjoyable to some people if you're mathematically inclined. If you're mathematically inclined and stuck in an English class, it'd be a wonderful thing to do. So anyway, I see a lot of heads bobbing up and down. I hope people aren't too sleepy and just had a tea break. Okay. So anyway, there's background reading. When you go to the slides, you can find an article that Jennifer for sure and I wrote about this topic a couple of years ago. And then where it says computer science without a computer, there's a link there which will take you to all the handouts. So when you get the slides, you can go to the handouts. Does anybody need the QR code for the slides? Okay. Tom is my handsome assistant, and Bobby is my beautiful assistant. No, well, I don't know. You used to be, back in the day, Tom. Okay, so the handouts, the two things I'm going to show you today, the two things I decided to use as examples were handouts on sorting and on search. So we're going to just expose you to the sorting, and then, as this is a workshop, I've been to several workshops so far, but no one has had the participants do anything, so we're going to play Battleship. So my beautiful assistant will hand out these Battleship game sheets momentarily. So basically, for sorting, okay, I just scrolled the wrong way. Okay, for sorting, what have I got here? Not sure. Oh, I must have. Oh, I hit on I accidentally actually hit on the link. That was a wonderful thing to do. It was an accident, but it was perfect timing. These are the activities we're going to. This is the activity of the workshop we'll use today. Now it's found in all of the activities look like this. They give some reason. They explain to the teacher. These are really written for the teacher. They explain what students can do. They explain some of the theory for the benefit of the teacher, so the teacher can use it with the student. So, oh, I must have clicked on a tab. Okay, so these are the handouts we're going to use. First of all, I'm going to exit this presentation because I made these little slides to just show you a couple of algorithms. In the version of the handout which is on sorting, you see all this explained. I don't think I really have time for that. Just do a quick check here. No, I don't have time for that. Okay. So I'm going to exit the presentation and show the slides. Okay, so what I've done is in my 45-minute workshop, we handed out playing cards to everybody, and we had them sort ace, 2, 3, up to jack, queen, king, which are 12, 13, and 14 in the list. So 14 here is king is a 14. So we're trying to sort. We can introduce students to the different kinds of algorithms for sorting. Or another way you could give this to students is to give them some cards and say, sort them and tell me what you did. Write down every step, because an algorithm has, there's one sort here, like suppose you've got cards in your hand, and you take the 2 of spades and you put it there, and you take, you're doing so many processes here. What's the computer doing? So we're trying to break this down algorithmically. So let's see, how can I get to the next slide? What's a good way to do that? Oh, maybe I could use my page now? No? Yes. Okay, so the first one is selection. In selection, you have to find in the list the smallest thing. So that means you have to do some processing, computer processing as well, but if you find, say, a 1 and pull it to the side, and you find, again, the smallest thing, same algorithm, subroutine, it's called a subroutine, find the smallest thing, pull it aside, put it next to the one that was there before, do it again, find the smallest thing. So you have to find the smallest thing, you might start with king, and now king's larger than 10s of 10s, smallest, 8's smallest. Eventually you come out to the 3, and you put the 3 over here, okay? So then, and you do that again until you get them all in the right order. Okay. That's called a selection sort. How did I move before? Okay. Quick sort. You choose you choose one from the list, any one, and you put it in the middle of everything else is going to be gauged against that one. So you take, say, I just grabbed one, the 9. So you take all the ones that are smaller than 9 and you put them on one side. You take all the ones that are bigger than 9 and put them on the other. Then you go into each of those packets and you find, let's see, if you look at this one, you find the smallest. That's going to be that one. So then you find the next smallest, you put it to the side, and etc. Eventually, then you can merge, you can put those together, and you can order your things that way. One thing the handouts ask you to do is ask the students how many steps they would need. Predict how many iterations do you think, how many processes do you think you would need? When we play the Battleship game, we'll do that. What we're theoretically doing very quickly is sorting battleships. The Battleship game that I'm going to show you needs for things to be sorted. So that's how it all fits. This could be one day, one lesson, 2 lessons. You could get students to write about sorting, then you have them play battleships. So let's see if I can do that. Yes, okay. Insertion Sort. This is the card game where you choose one at random, and then you take another one and you put it in the list, and then you take another one and you try to put that in the list. Let's see. Bubble. Bubble is one that takes a lot of iterations, but what you do with a bubble is you take, you put them in any order, and then you go through the list and you start swapping the ones that are smaller and larger. But that means each time you have to go through the entire list until you find one that's out of order, then you swap it. So that's actually a processor-heavy task, but it's the one that most people can understand. Okay, so. Okay, another one is merge. Merge, let's see, I think you take the one, you find the average, and then everything that's above average. So unlike the other one where you took one at random and put it in the middle, this one you sort them into approximately equal piles. And then you take the one pile and you do the same to that pile, and eventually you have them all sorted. Okay, bubble sort. Oh no, we did that. That's the merge sort. And the last one is, there is one more, I think. No, maybe not. Let me just present this, okay? My mouse is not working. Where's my mouse? Okay, sorry. Computer glitches.
Is the down arrow key not working?
Oh, here. No, the mouse is now working. Okay, so I was trying to get into present mode. Okay, so And that works. Okay, so now we can, if we assume that we sort all the pieces, we're going to now play the Battleship game. Okay, I'll show you a little bit about the Battleship game. While my beautiful assistant Bobby is handing out the Battleship games, you each get a sheet, and on the front of the sheet is your ships and my ships and your ships, the other person's ships. So what you're trying to do is locate. This is now search. We're into the search part of the classroom or the lesson, and we're having organized all the battleships. They're all in ascending order. So having organized them, now we're going to try and search for the person's battleship. Do you know how that works? Are you familiar with this game? Let me get over to where. Let's see. Huh? Oh, okay. Well, you can share. Okay. Sorry, I just did a bunch of workshops in Thailand, and this was one of the things that I did. Here it is right here. So on the slideshow, it will take you over here to what we're doing. And so basically, we're in the Battleship game. I don't know if you can see that very clearly. You can't see anything clearly in this room. But of course, you can go to workshops2020.pbworks.com and you can find this yourself. But it's a game that kids play. Each one of them has a game board, and you place your battleships on the game, and then the other person tries to shoots at a number, and if he scores, you tell him he scored. Okay, so, and then he marks down where that part is. I think we can play it on computer. We don't really need to, let's see, where is this one? Is this one right here? Okay. Okay, we'll try playing this game, see how it works. Okay, so basically you can put your ships anywhere. You can move your ships around in this version of the game. These are your ships. So when you're ready, you fire. So you're shooting now at an enemy battleship. And the computer shoots and misses. Okay, so let's see. So we're trying to locate a battleship. Computer tries to find a battleship. Okay, human's turn. I got one. I landed. I found a battleship. Okay, you see how it works. Okay, so that's we don't have time for that frivolity. We're very serious teachers. So anyway, we're going to go on to the Battleship game. Let me get into my slideshow again. And this one, which I'm presenting, this one has the instructions. The last time I did this in CamTESOL, I thought it was so obvious how to do it that I actually forgot how to play the game. So you can see a record of it at Workshops 2020. One of the participants got up and tried to explain it to people. Perfect example of creating an information gap and having the participants fill in the language. Okay, but we're not doing too badly. We've got 10 more minutes to play this game, right? Okay. So basically it says here, begin by selecting, first of all, one of you works on one side on A, one of you works on the other. Okay, one of you is, what you need to do is on the top line where it says my ships, you circle one. Okay, circle one and hide it from your opponent. You obviously need to play with somebody. Okay, you need to
share sheets. We didn't have enough to go around.
Yeah, but then if you share sheets, you're going to see the other person's sheet. But anyway, you can watch other people play. So where it says my ships, you circle one, and your opponent doesn't see it. Then you take turns shooting any space by calling out its letter designation. So for example, if I shoot your ship G, let's say, and if I hit it, great. If not, you have to tell me the number of that battleship. So now I know what number that is there. Okay, so the goal is to hit your target in the least number of shots. So if you were my computer class, we could probably have if you're my English class, sorry, I don't teach computing classes anymore. How many times do you think it will take to find someone's ship? How many times do you think you'll need? Once you know a couple of numbers, how many times will it? When you start out, I forgot an important step. When you begin, you have to tell the opponent the number of the ship he's aiming for. So, for example, I circle J and I tell my opponent 3972. The opponent knows he's looking for 3972. When you shoot a ship, you get its number, so you know if 3972 is to the left or the right of that. How many times with 26 ships do you think it will take you to reach hit a ship? How many times will you need? Give me a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, more? 5? Good guess. 5. Anybody else? Fewer? Do I have more than 5? Fewer than 5? Okay, so let's play the game, and then you tell me how many times did it take you to find your opponent's ship. Okay, while they're playing the game, I'm going to entertain my online audience. I'll go back to, you want to see if anybody needs any help? Okay, so we're in this game. No, play Battleship Game. Wrong one. I'm looking for this one. There we go. Okay, for my online audience, I'm looking for the place where the children have to figure, it tells you about how many times you'll need to look at the ship. So I've strayed into the sorts. So we want to ask them how many iterations will it take. Oh, sorry, I'm in sort. This is for sorts. This is the wrong one. Let me go over to my workshops and get the Battleship Game, and it should explain about that. So the Battleship Game is workshops. We're getting very messed up here. Okay, go find my workshop. Did someone get it already? Okay, so go here to my workshops and okay, so we're looking for we've done sorting. We're looking for the handout. Here it is. Here's the handout that we're all looking at. This is the Battleship Game handout. I'll make it big. Everybody's having a lot of fun. And here it says to figure out how many times it will take you. Okay, so for some reason I'm not getting the rest of the handout here. Okay, I think it says in this handout somewhere that it should take you about 3 times. Okay. Every time I do this, I get a little bit messed up. Fortunately, everything is here for people to see it. Okay. I think I'm going to unshare and we'll go back to the, okay, stop the share. Here we are. Okay. This is what the participants are doing. Okay. They're having too much fun. Did anybody win yet? How many times? 2 times. The winners are 2 times so far. Anybody else win? Any results? Did anyone complete the game? How many times? 3 times. Okay. Why do you think it only takes 2 or 3 times? Yes? Okay.
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos. This is what I call fun. Frivolous, unanticipated nonsense. That's the essence of teaching. Okay, yes. So It took you 3 times.
Yes.
And what's your name?
Eileen.
Eileen. Hi,
Yes.
Eileen. It took you 3 times, and why did it only take you 3 times?
I think because it has an order of numbers, and then trying to block out the middle number and then guess the answers.
That's right. So you just have to determine the middle number. Did anyone have a strategy for success? Did anyone have a strategy for playing the game? Okay, can you tell me your strategy? Oh, you haven't got. Oh, I thought you won the game already. This is the champion. What's your name? Yana. Yana, you're the champion. You did it only 2 times. What was your strategy?
I shot in the middle because statistically,
Start in the middle. Yep.
start in the middle, somewhere close to the middle, because then you would know to move forward or backwards.
Okay.
And then assume that there are the numbers, like what is the total, and then try to locate where is the number, approximately where is the number that your friend gave you, and just try to guess.
So your next one
try to
was.
assess how many numbers approximately are for every thousand. Right?
So your second guess succeeded.
Yes.
Okay, so you were lucky in a way. But,
In a way, yes.
yes. Okay. So, but if you had not succeeded, you would have had to take another guess, but you'd have narrowed down. Yes.
To narrow down.
Yeah.
But it was just. I mean, I could have also scored like a little bit more or a little bit less, and my next guess would be probably correct.
Okay. All right. Yana is very lucky. She won anyway. Okay. So I don't know what we have to do. Let's see. We've got a timekeeper here. I think we have about maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. Do you have any questions or concerns or any impressions? Okay, so we're now in the question and answer period. If I had an online audience, let me see. I don't think I do. I'll just check. It says manage participants. No, I'm the only participant here. No, that's okay. Yeah. Okay, so now we're in the. We have a. I've succeeded in giving the workshop in 25 minutes. Wow! Beyond my wildest dreams. So now it's a 5-minute question period. Your chance. Yes, Yana.
I would like to explain the linguistic value of this activity.
Okay. Can you come up here and do that where you're near the microphone? Okay, she's going to explain.
Explain.
You want me to explain?
I want to ask a question.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
My question was to you. You explain. I only asked the question.
I should explain the linguistic value.
Yes.
Okay.
In more detail.
Okay. Well, I called you up to explain your strategy. There's linguistic value. I mean, you might get your students to do that. You get your students to predict how many times it will take them. If they're doing sorts, for example, if you do a sort, how many times will it take you to, how many iterations do you go through, which is the most efficient sort? So get them to write down the steps. So you can have a team of 4 organizing the cards. One person writes, a couple of people give the steps, and one person, as in any team, just kind of kicks back and doesn't do anything. No, seriously. Okay, so anyway, yeah, and also we, in my article with Jennifer Verschure, of course I explain even more than that, and use other people's impressions as well, and from other teachers.
It's kind of here, but maybe I just asked the question because it would be nice to have more insight.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Because it's a real life skill.
Well, Earl Stevick said in one of his books that the value in activity is not necessarily what the activity appears to be. So you're doing an activity, you could have a purpose that the students, or anyway, basically, if you're getting them to speak, it's working. Yes. And coding. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. That's a very good question. It's caused me to go back and explain something I mentioned during the presentation, but that is that if this wouldn't be one English lesson, not a 25-minute English lesson. You don't do all this in one lesson. In one lesson, I would envisage that you would do sorts. And then, and also I would adapt the Battleship game. I might get the students to write an algorithm that would sort a series of battleships or a series of cards. It doesn't have to be battleships, but battleships is the traditional game. So, so they could actually do the sort, and then when they take the sorts, maybe put them at the top of their own worksheets, the sorted items that they've sorted themselves, and then play a game where they try to find something similar to there. Now this search is a linear search. If you look in the worksheets, there are more searches. One is a hashing search. So hashing is more like the Battleship game board. So there are a lot of activities. These are all activities in my handout where you can find how teachers are using these to teach whatever they're trying to teach. In our case, English. Okay, I don't really think they're teaching. I think that's for English class. That's the purpose of these handouts. Okay, very good questions. Two very good questions. Any other questions?
2A to 2A and 2B to 2B, right?
Yes, 2A and 2B. It's kind of like Shakespeare. 2A or 2B. Or not 2B, yeah.
Because I said 2A to 2B.
Yes, one of you has 2A and one of you has 2B, and it's in the slides. Glasses. The explanation, or maybe it's easier to find on the worksheet. Got too many, juggling too many balls here. Okay, this worksheet has a slide, and where's the slide? Okay. Okay, so there's a graphic here in my workshops. Oh, I must have. Here it is. This graphic explains how to play the game. Okay. This graphic, which is in the slides, explains how to play the game. Okay, the time is up. I've been told this is it. That's sort of
Can I ask a personal question? What is your background? Like, why did you choose coding to present you?
Yeah, well, okay, I'm in computer-assisted language learning. I've been teaching for 40 years. I've been doing computer-assisted language learning all of this century, especially in the communities of practice. And I've done some coding for purposes, like Tom, he does his own coding. But also at one point, I was a computing teacher, and I was teaching to foreign students, so I called that LACL, Language Assisted Computer Learning. So it always works together. It's, whether you're teaching computing or teaching language, it works together. Uh-huh.
It's a series of short videos that is for kids that is called Think Like a Coder.
Uh-huh.
And it presents a story with real life coding problems that students can watch until a certain moment, and you can stop and let them figure out the answer based on coding principles.
Excellent. Okay, you can maybe communicate that to me in a moment. Right now we have to end the session, let everybody go. Let the next presenters come in. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. And thank you to those of you watching the recording. I have to somehow get out of this properly. And stop the share. Okay. Stop.